Before you did movies, you started writing, directing, and starring in plays, and that's where you created your signature character, Medea.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at
No. You want to show it, Chris? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, why?
Okay,
What's the matter?
Well, that's fine. We'll watch it. Let's see. I don't know what you're going to play. We'll see it.
Well, I think
I'm going to look this way.
All right, folks, please bear with me. He's not looking. Please look at. I don't know why you'd have a problem with it. Here is the Medea in a play.
Did you have to tear up her flowers?
Y'all act like she didn't owe me $20.
What is $20?
I was checking her bra and them flowers just started falling over. What the hell they put a bra on a dead woman for anyway? When I die, don't y'all put no, if you put a bra on me, I'm gonna come back and kill you. I ain't lying, I ain't lying. I'll be the first ghost in history to bust a cap in somebody, I ain't lying.
I'm so curious at your reaction. He didn't look at it, folks. Why?
First of all, I've always been extremely uncomfortable in that suit and playing the character, but the audience loves it so much. I was going to do it for one little scene on stage, and the lead character didn't show up, so the character got bigger and bigger every night, and that's where it all started. So I love what it does for people, but the process to get it there and do it and all of that is a lot. So yeah.
Do you feel that way about movies as well as plays? About Medea?
Oh yeah.
So we're going to have a bad time here because I'm going to show
a lot of Medea.
Well, let me explain though. Who is Medea?
Medea is it's a Southern term it's in cross words of mother dear, but she is based on, which I love about my mother and my aunts. But my mother and aunt are the PG version. She's the PG version of them. Right?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because she's not so PG.
Oh no, they're NC-17. But she is definitely pay homage to all of the black women in my life who helped form me, to help me become the man I am, to just really inform everything about my life. So she is somebody who would love you and take care of you, but punch you in the face if you said the wrong thing.
Well, that's Medea. And what is the Chitlin Circuit, and is it true that at one point, this is before movies, that you had 35,000 people a week going to see your plays on the Chitlin Circuit and sold $100 million in tickets?
Yeah. What the Chitlin Circuit is, and it's still around today, but it's not called that anymore, but it was very much a circuit where black performers could go and perform when they weren't allowed in white establishments during Jim Crow. And what happens is black people would support their own and make them huge stars. I mean, you could look at Billie Holiday, and I can go down the list, Ray Charles, and all these people who toured, became super famous among their own people, and then eventually crossed over. So when I started doing plays, there was no segregation then, so I was playing in a lot of the same establishments that were once segregated. But it was to that predominantly black audience all through the South, packing these houses to the rafters from week to week, and that's where it all started for me. So when I got to Hollywood, I had tremendous success with all of this reinforcement from my audience. So I went in with a different sensibility.
I'm a little bit hesitant because I'm about to show another clip.
Okay, I'm with you. All right.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's kind of...
Okay.
All right. In 2006, you turned that play into a film, Medea's Family Reunion, in which you played not only Medea, but also her brother, Joe. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Now move, old man. Step aside.
Did that thing just push you, Joe?
Yeah, she did. She don't know us. We Baptists. We'll tear this church up.
Oh, you don't know me. I would set it off up in here. I'm telling you, I would do a drive-by in this church. You better be glad you're at church. Jesus just saved your life. Hallelujah. She don't know me at all. I'm a thug. I'm a real thug. I shot Tupac. I did the first time we was arguing over a parking spot. I ain't kill him, though. That wasn't me.
Well, you shake your head. I've watched this for the first time 3 weeks ago. I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not denying that it's great and funny. I enjoy it, but again, I have to disassociate. That's actually me in that. Now, Old Man Joe, I'm fine with for some reason, but her is just, yeah.
Well, that's a little sexist, isn't it?
Well, listen.
Well, I got to say, for somebody who's a little embarrassed or uncomfortable with Medea, you've been playing her for 15, how many years?
2009, I think.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The audience won't let her go. Like even the last time I did it, I said, I'm out, I'm not doing it anymore. And then the world goes upside down. We have a president and a new president. So I wanted to make people laugh. So I said, what do I have? Pull her out, put the movie on Netflix. It's #1 everywhere.
Yes,
I'm like,
it's great.
Okay, yeah. But the minute people stop coming to see her, that old broad is dead. She's dead, man. She's dead, for sure.
Can you give us a little Medea?
Why? I'm not doing that with you, Christopher Waller.
But I just don't look at your daughters.
Christopher Waller,
I'm not doing that with you. But listen, I as long as I can't turn my back on the very thing that brought me over. I'll never do that. My mother told me, keep Medea around before she died. So as long as people want to see it, she'll be around.
So, seriously, I want a medical update. After the garage fire, which was serious, you said that you got a new face and a new ear. What does that mean?
Well, that means I got a new face and a new ear. I mean, ears, when you catch fire, there's no bone. Ears are like paper. They go up. So they make you a new one, and they...
Can I see it?
Sure.
Can I see the other one? They look the same.
Yes, I had a very good doctor.
Well, what's this made of?
It's artificial skin, I think it is. Yes,
Really?
Yeah.
And then what about your face?
Well, I get, people think that the skin grafts are expensive. I have a friend who's a mohel, and he gave me a bag of them. And boy, you can't even tell. It must be 50, 60.
It's funny, it doesn't look like foreskin.
No, but when I get excited, well, never mind. Yeah.
Wow, I walked right into that
The
one.
whole face tightens up.
So, how unhappy is the Secret Service when you go out for a ride with the President of the United States and he's driving himself?
Oh, it's really. I mean, they don't fool around there. Slow him down, Bob. Bob, get out there and slow him down. I mean, we were at the Secret Service training facility. It looked like public streets, it is public streets and everything, except it's not public. It's
right.
It's where they teach them defensive driving and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going pretty quick. I mean, when we, Biden got a Corvette in '67. He still has it, and I think he hit 128. We hit 128 miles an hour in a 50-year-old car. So, and you're with the President of the United States, which is very funny. Yeah.
That's the Corvette. That's where he was hiding his secret documents.
Right, exactly. It was a funny,
did you come away with any secret
well,
documents?
it's a funny mime of he and I driving it and then documents flying out the back. I saw that online. It really made me laugh. Yeah.
As you've honed your craft over the years, what's your process for writing a joke? How do you come up with a premise and how do you make it funny? Can you put that into words?
Well, the trick is to keep doing what you always did when you were broke. Like I traveled by myself. People go, why do you do that? Because nothing funny happens to you if other people are doing things for you. I mean, I was in Las Vegas last week I was at the Wynn Hotel. It's like that big fancy hotel. And I'm in the men's room on the main floor. And I go in, let me wash my hands. So I go in the sink, and I put my hand under the thing. I'm going.
Right, it's going to turn on electronically.
Yeah, I'm standing. So the guy, what's wrong with this faucet? The guy goes, oh, you got to turn the faucet. What? Oh, it was over here. The guy went, oh. I mean, and I thought, now see, if I was with somebody, that wouldn't have happened. I mean, it just made me.
What do you mean? When you travel with people, do they turn on the faucet for you?
I just look like a bad magician. People are watching me, and I'm doing this. Like, what's he doing?
Do you still go to a comedy club in Hermosa Beach?
Yes, I've been there every Sunday since 1978.
What I'm trying to do, almost 50 years.
Yeah, that's
right. And to try out new material.
Jimmy Carter was president when I was here.
And how big is the club?
What's it, 350, something like that?
So Jay Leno, the host of The Tonight Show, is in this comedy club in Hermosa Beach. Why?
Well, that's how you find out if it's any good or not. That's how you find out if something's funny. When you're on TV, there's a laugh button. A lot of times you see comedians who do a monologue on The Tonight Show, and it gets big laughs, and they go to a club, and people are like, it doesn't seem that funny, because if they're primed to laugh, well, then they'll laugh. But when you got to turn them around, And
is it true that you sometimes tell a joke badly on purpose?
Oh yeah, no. What I usually do is when I go to a club, I'll say, here's some jokes I'm going to try out for the monologue. And I'd read them as flat and as dull as possible to see if the joke was funny. That was something I got from Johnny. Johnny came to see me one time.
I assume this is Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson, right. And he called me over. He said, you're a good performer. You're a funny guy, but the material's a little weak. He says you should do the material, just read the joke somewhere. If the joke gets a laugh, then add the loud voice, whatever, the funny characterization, whatever, to make it funnier. But when you rely on just the it's not enough, So you get up there and you read a joke flat. Oh, that got a laugh? Okay. Now you act it out and you find out that's how it works.
Finally, at age 73, you strike me as somebody who can't and won't retire.
Well, I'm sure when I have my stroke, I'll retire. I mean, that's...
Well, we're not, I mean, you're on your own after we've done this interview, but still, I'm hoping that you're going to survive.
If you like doing something, it's fun to do. And of course, at this age, they're stunned that you're still alive. So they go, man, the guy he's playing at this club. He might be dead next year. Let's go see him. And it actually helps.
You get a lot of that. Let's see him before he goes?
Yeah, you get a lot of that, I think. But now you're sort of like, oh, you're the legend, you're the late night. But I mean an awful lot of young people, guys men and women in their 40s and early 50s who grew up watching me on The Tonight Show with their dad or their grandparents, and they like it. Because when you host that show, you just think you're awful. You think everybody hates you because especially when all the stuff was going on, Howard Stern, every day just pounding you every day. So you think, okay, just keep my head down, plow forward. And then you find out, oh, there were people that actually liked it.
Those eyes, those thighs, surprise, it's the Crying Game. I remember watching it home and falling out of my chair.
Yeah, very good. No, you're very good. This is your Monday voice, too. You see a pair of dancing eyes, your hand starts moving up her thighs, you hurry to a spot, she's hot to trot for this, something. Those eyes, those thighs, surprise, it's the Crying Game. Ralph Edwards had this show where he would take a celebrity or somebody.
And the person thought he was going to a conference or something, at some meeting.
Yeah, they would do this look away thing, and he'd say, oh, Phil Silvers, this is your life. And then the guy would say, oh, no, they'd get him to a studio, and they'd sit him on a couch and bring out all these people from the past.
Right.
And they would do these voiceovers. I remember the time that you or I were in school, and he'd have to, oh, God, is that who I... And then they would be reunited.
Yes.
So Sid played basically a takeoff of Lowell Thomas. He did not want his life done. And it's hilarious. But they try to get him up on stage. Carl is sort of the Ralph Edwards guy, and they're fighting and something. And then they bring out a character named Uncle Goopy. Uncle Goopy was Howard Morris, who was a diminutive man. And when they're reunited, all he does is weep. He just cries, but it's a funny cry. It's and then he jumps on Sid, who was the strongest man in show business, and he carries him around the set. And then he drops him down, and he picks him up with one arm, and he's dragging, and they're both crying. He's on his leg. They put him on a couch.
Actually, I remember that now. I remember he's walking, and the guy...
He's dragging him on his leg, and he puts him on a chair.
Monkey on his leg.
And then he drops on it. So I just went crazy for that, for Uncle Goopy. And when my dad would come home from the store, from work, it was my bedtime. I'm the youngest of three, and the smallest of the three. When he would say time for bed, I'd jump on his back, and we'd just laugh the way that they cried, but we would laugh. He'd drag me on his leg and throw me into bed. I'd jump on his back. So when I got to meet Howard and Sid and Carl and Imogene at Comic Relief that I did with Robin and Whoopi, we honored them. And I saw Sid for the first time, and Howard, and I grabbed Sid's leg. And it's one of my favorite pictures.
Like Uncle Goopy.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
At the height of the show, you came out with a book called Dirty Jokes and Beer.
Yeah.
Question. You love dirty jokes, don't you?
Love them. Yeah. Love dirty jokes.
So
some of my favorite jokes are dirty jokes.
So we're here on Max. Almost anything goes. Tell me a filthy joke.
This is a joke I tell at the Price is Right audience that you have to use a swear word. Guy wakes up in the morning and hears a voice in his head. The voice says, "Quit your job, sell your house, take all your money, go to Vegas." He doesn't believe the voice. He goes to work. He hears the voice again. Quit your job, sell your house, take all your money, go to Vegas. Finally, he hears the voice every 5 minutes. He believes the voice. He gets home. He quits his job, sells his house, takes the first offer, takes all his cash, flies to Las Vegas. He gets off the plane. The voice says, "Go to Caesar's Palace." So he goes to Caesar's Palace. The voice says, "Go to the third roulette table on the left." He goes to the third roulette table on the left. The voice says, put it all on black 17. He puts it all on black 17. The guy spins the wheel, comes up red 16. The voice goes, fuck!
Well, that's a good one for The Price is Right, right?
I tell it it doesn't work with darn.
No. No, it's not nearly as good.
Shoot.
And George, it's supposedly based on you, so same question. How do you live with yourself?
How do I live with myself? Yeah. It's not easy. Yeah, it is not easy. I don't know. I just try and get into a routine. And so if I do the same thing tomorrow that I'm doing today without, of course, seeing you, I've got through it. And okay, do the same thing, you'll get through that one too. So I have to have a very regimented life. I don't like traveling. I don't like going anywhere. I like going to the office. I like going to the office. I like playing golf. I like being in my house. I'm so dull and uninteresting. I really don't enjoy being out and socializing and making small talk. I don't know.
Is this a bit that you're doing for me?
No, it's not a bit. It's not a bit. It's not a bit. Ask anybody who knows me.
So why are you laughing?
You know what? I wish it was a bit. I wish it was. I long to be somebody else. I wish I could enjoy things that most people enjoy, but I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
something went off somewhere. Yeah,
something went terribly wrong.
Something went wrong, Chris.
Although I do have a story to tell. You and I went to dinner with your lovely wife Ashley.
Yeah.
Last fall, and you very nicely picked up the check. And the next day, I wrote you, I thought, a very gracious thank you note. And you then responded, and I have saved this, and I literally quoted this. You wrote back to me and you said, keep in mind, next time when you pick up the check, you will not be getting a next day thanks.
Yeah.
What's so objectionable
about it? How many
it?
thank yous do we have to give out?
I gave one.
No, I understand. But if you take me out to dinner and I say, hey, Chris, thank you so much. Why do I have to do? Where does it say I have to send something the next day?
But
why?
I'm not.
Why? Everybody's sending all these next day thank you texts. You thank somebody when you leave. That's enough.
I wanted to do it. I'm not asking you to send me a thank you note. I sent you a thank you note, but
Yes.
you had to respond to it.
I know, because I just wanted you to know in advance that I wasn't going to send you a next day thank you text if you took me out to dinner the next time. I was going to thank you after the dinner before I got in my car. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
And you
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's sufficient. You don't need a next day text, do you? Why do you need the next day text?
I kind of would appreciate it.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
Well,
But
because
what-
otherwise you've just gotten in the car, you've driven off,
No.
you've never given a second thought to me,
I know,
and
wait
how
a second.
gracious I was.
I said thank you after
I
the
understand,
meal.
but it was a
So
momentary
need-
thank you.
so
It needs
need
to at
a-
least last to the next day.
I think that's ridiculous.
So tell me something else. In
Yeah.
everyday social interaction that kind of greases the wheels of humanity that you think is stupid.
I mean, there's 12 seasons worth of it, like the Happy New Year. I don't understand why anybody would say Happy New Year to me. I can't even respond to it on a text, Happy New Year. Why? Why are you sending that to me? I don't care. I don't care about a new year. What's the difference? What's the difference? It's Happy New Year. What does it even mean?
Well, there's even a better question, which I think was actually one of your episodes. How long after January 1st do you have to keep saying happy? In other words,
Yes, I was nice and said January 7th, but even now I'm revising that to January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Do people come up to you and sort of say, almost like a rabbi, how long do I have to say happy?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, I get questions like that.
Yes. And you pronounce.
Yeah, and I have answers for all of them.
So January 3rd.
I'm changing it to January 3rd, yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing, because I'm Jewish, I also get the Happy New Year in September at the
Right.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I get it then. So I'm getting it twice a year. And
It's a nightmare.
I don't need it. Don't wish me Happy New Year. I don't even care if you wish me Happy Birthday. What do you think about that?
Well, now we're really treading on sacred ground here.
No,
Really?
No, that's fine. Happy Birthday. Fine.
This is interesting.
But
Yes.
I've said this in. I think I did a movie where I talked about this, that the birthday is turned into a job. You're getting 25, 30 texts of happy birthday. They all have to be answered, and it's a job.
Well, I agree with that, but here's the interesting question.
Do you agree that you have to respond to the happy birthday text? You have to say something, right?
You have to acknowledge. If I send you a happy birthday and you don't respond, I consider it a snub.
Yeah, right?
It's a snub. In fact, I question the whole basis of our relationship.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is I would rather not get the happy birthday text because I have to return it. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather not get it. If you want to say it in person, if you see me, hey, happy birthday. Hey, thanks, happy birthday. But don't send me a text that I have to return. That's a job. No?
No, I will say,
so you're with me
and God forbid it's...
You're with me on the birthday.
Yes, I do agree with you on the birthday, and God forbid it's a big birthday. Like, you and I are almost exactly the same age.
Yeah.
I think you're like 4 months older than I am. 75, a nightmare.
Yeah.
A nightmare, because you're going to get a lot, and it's not a birthday you really want to celebrate to begin with, and now suddenly you got to respond to everybody. It's a nightmare.
Exactly. So, you know, if there's anything that I can do to change that, I would like to.
I'll sign up for that, as a matter of fact. Well, you've enlisted me.
So you would rather, let me get this straight now, you would rather people not say happy birthday, send you a text, a happy birthday text, because you have to return it, right? You agree?
Yes, except that I have to say I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I do send people happy birthday texts, but guess what? After today, never again.
Or you could do this. Happy birthday, no need whatsoever to reply to this happy birthday text.
Please don't.
In fact, please don't. There you go.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to CNN's YouTube channel so you never miss the best of my conversations. And you can catch the full interviews of Who's Talking streaming right now on Max.